It is Monday, July 1st, and you are tuned in to Shot Quality Live BetCast, the only show with Shot Quality's live regression model powering in-game bets. What is up, everybody? I'm Justin Perry. That's Alec Musa. We'll be here with you for the next 45 minutes, chopping it up using shot quality data that you see on the screen right now in the Score Center to make some live props. Moose, happy Monday. It's a brand new month. We're going to be here every single Monday and Thursday, with the exception of this week. For the 4th, we'll be off, but we're going to go tomorrow night instead. So make sure you all set your calendars. We'll do a 7:40 p.m. show. We're going to do a little live betting and some late night prop bets, which we did last time. Was a lot of fun. But how you doing, Moose? Good to see you.
Good, man. WNBA stealing the show right now because, we got no NBA, we got no college basketball. A little college basketball news flooding in, transfer portal, some basketball news coming in with signings. But, dude, the WNBA right now is kind of lit. It's Phoenix. That's an understatement. Being a Phoenix native and being in the Phoenix area, last night had a buzz to it. What local channels, local restaurants, kind of the whole region about, Taurasi, the GOAT, versus Caitlin Clark, the rookie. And it lived up to the hype. It was on ESPN. It was awesome.
Caitlin Clark with the upset in a packed arena, getting her flowers from the vet side. I thought it was great. I
thought about going for a second. I looked up tickets, and it was like $100 just to get in. I was like, ooh, a little steep. So
look, it's good for the WNBA. It's good for the maturity of these betting markets. We're hoping that as the WNBA grows, more and more will become available to us here on the show. Of course, only limited to live sides and totals, so you have to stick with us. It's not nearly as much action as we get in college or in the NBA, but we'll be here with you all summer. Of course, Shot Quality Live presented by Sport Trade. We'll give them a quick shout out in a minute. But Moose, what are you making of your Phoenix Mercury tonight? We'll jump right into their Score Center here. They're winning by 9 as we approach the halftime whistle. They were losing by 9 to the Connecticut Sun and expected to be winning this game. How do you feel about Brittany Griner, about Diana Taurasi, and this team maybe making a bit of a comeback?
First off, the Mercury are on a back-to-back. So last night they did play the Fever in a standalone game, which I would say they ended up blowing the game because they were leading, I think, by 15 at one point. I don't know if it got to that high. I think it actually could have been 15.
And Taurasi's not playing on the back-to-back, is she?
She's 47 years old, but
I don't blame her. I know, I don't blame her.
No, she's been around. Let's see, Taurasi, 42 years of age. She's been around since I was in
that's crazy
6th grade, dude. She's LeBron. She's the LeBron of the. She really is the LeBron of the WNBA. So I can see it. The Sun, meanwhile, haven't played since I think Friday, and before that they had a back-to-back because we had the Thursday show where the Mystics game. That was a tough one for us to lose both the total and the spread, when really we should have had one or the other late. I'm not feeling too good about either. I'm not feeling good about the Mercury, I should say, to the point where I would jump in and grab the Mercury here now. I wish if we had the player props available soon one day. There's a couple names down there that would be like Sophie Cunningham that you could jump on and take the over. But that's just
Carrington on an under. It's just not available yet, which is a little disappointing. But let's take a look at some of the lines that are up right now, because this is right there within that range as we approach halftime, where I think you do want to consider maybe the money line on the Mercury. I think you can get +7.5 or a +360. Honestly, Moose, I think for me, the +360 on the game kind of feels a little bit better. This was a +4.5 point spread for the Mercury without Taurasi, and this feels like a little bit high. I'm seeing a +2.
The Sun aren't playing good either, because they were a 10-point favorite against a terrible Mystics team that we bet on, and they didn't cover. And the next day, I thought about betting on them, and they lost outright to the Atlanta Dream at home, I believe. So it's not like they're coached.
I got to do it. I got to take the money line sprinkle. I'm going to go the quarter unit Mercury +370 at DraftKings. The score that line is just very different from what I'm seeing. I got +285 at FanDuel, and then locally, it's probably even worse odds. So, I'll take a good price, honestly, is where I'm at with that one. It's only a 7-point game as we go into the half here, as you can see. Shot quality expecting them to be in it. So I'm going to go ahead, grab the sprinkle on the money line. If you like the spread, I don't think that's a bad option either. If the teams replayed this half, Shot quality would expect them to cut the score down by 2 points, which I would probably cash whatever live spread you're seeing right now, which is around 7.5. Minus 105 is available. I think we'll go ahead and put that in a double play for me to start it off. So let me share the screen here. The score sheet is always the same. You can get access to it just by going to shotqualitybets.com/betcast. See all the information for every episode, upcoming, past, results. We keep everything logged there, and you can always see when the next show is. And the next show will go up after this one ends on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe there. If you're watching on Twitter, you can't chat, but that's just kind of how it goes. So, all right, I am taking Phoenix plus the 370 was the line I got for 0.25 units. I play standard at the half unit level right now, and then I got plus 6.5 minus, was it 6.5 or 7.5? Crap, let me see. It was 7.5 minus 105. So DK's got a better line right now, seeing for Phoenix. I like this play. How do you feel? I mean, this is your hometown team, Musta. You think that they're going to have trouble without Taurasi, or are they going to be able to keep it close?
I do. I think they're I think you, like, if I had to bet aside, I would definitely take the Mercury there. But I mean, Taurasi's definitely not having the seasons of, like, she's still like 15 points per game or whatever, but she's not the all-world player we're accustomed to. She's still amazing, don't get me wrong, but she's not playing. So that's kind of a big deal to me. For me, though, we've been over this. We like the shot quality numbers. We like to look at the numbers, see what they're telling us. It tells a story between the shot quality score and the real score. And to me, it's just not enough. But if I had to pick a side, I would take the Mercury. And a lot of times I like to preach patience, or whatever you however you use the data, stick to it. Don't go off the rails. Just because I'm not seeing a play here doesn't mean someone else, like Justin, sees a play here.
You've been notoriously more poised than I.
Yeah, I'm not going to force a play, because then if it wins, great. If it loses, it's like, well,
right. No,
I didn't get the shot quality record.
I like to cast the net as wide as possible. So I'll take every opportunity I can to see how the data does. It has not let us down very much this year. It's been a fun ride through college, NBA, and now WNBA. We'll be doing this all summer. And of course, Moose, every time we give out the first play of the day, we got to give a shout out to our presenting sponsor, which is SportTrade at SportTrade app. It's on me. SQLive BetCast is presented by SportTrade. SportTrade offers an elite basketball experience, no delay in play betting, tight lines, and instant text support. Yeah, that's right. A human on the other side. Pretty nice. Available in New Jersey, Colorado, and Iowa. SportTrade encourages you to play responsibly. Get 10% cash back on every bet in your first week, up to $300, plus 1 free month of shot quality bets. Simply sign up for SportTrade using code SQB and bet $100 on any basketball market. Love SportTrade. Love being able to get better prices across different markets. WNBA is actually one of the tougher ones live. It's not always fully funded in terms of other people on the exchange providing liquidity for us to get live WNBA bets down. But pregame, you can get some of the sharpest odds in the world. Well, not sharpest, but best priced. And that's what you want. That's really, honestly, price matters. Getting the best number for what you're buying, essentially, is how you're going to improve your ROI. So if you're in a state where SportTrade is available, I'd check it out, especially with that qualifying offer. It's a pretty good resource to have for any gambler. And they also have the tape now, which is really cool. You can see all the big bets coming in and just quickly slide to copy the bet, place it down, and follow some of the biggest whales, because it's an exchange, not a sports book. And a lot of really strong winning players are using it, especially in some of these big states like New Jersey. So you want to check in on that other WNBA game there, Moose? We got 2 on right now, Seattle Storm and the Dallas Wings. This one's right there, right at what we would expect for the game being played. The total is exactly at 80 compared to what we have on the floor. You can see the Storm just missed a shot to go a little cold into the half. Anything you think there? I mean, this was a game that closed at 11.5 in favor of the Storm. It's only a 6-point 7-point game now. So, all right, it's probably right on point. I don't know why it's flipping back and forth on us right now. Let me see what the actual score is. Yeah, so it's 37-45. It'll probably flip to that in just 1 second as it goes to halftime. Yep. 8-point lead, expected to be a 13-point lead, Moose. What do you make of this one?
I'm kind of thinking Seattle Storm because they're cold,
right?
Yet they're winning by nearly double digits. As a team, they're cold, at least.
I think so too.
And then if you go into it, 29% of their shots are bad. The rest are either average or good. Meanwhile, the Dallas Wings, 53% of their shots are bad. So they're not taking good shots. They're obviously hitting them because bad shots they usually do not equal a good SQ point per possession. Yet 35 points is actual 37 is pretty much what they should have. Meanwhile, the Storm, they've almost averaged 50% good shots, yet their shot quality scores more than their actual score, meaning, of course, they've missed some shots that they should have made. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to go line shop right now. I'm going to take the Seattle Storm on the. I'm hoping I can get right around closing line.
I'm seeing 11.5 for minus 122 at FanDuel, 12.5 minus 110 at DraftKings. That's those are some tough lines. I'm actually going to open up. I'm going to see if we got Sports Trade has it open for us right now.
But I'm saying it closed at 11.5, and we can pretty much get right near closing line with an 8-point lead, knowing what we know from
No, I like it. I think lock that in. Let's get it.
Looking. But yes, I'm looking. Once I find it.
All right. I like it. I'm not seeing I'm seeing if the market's funded. Not really. No, unfortunately not. I have my handy dandy Sport Trade. Great interface, really easy to browse, but you're not really seeing anything there. You can, try to fund a bet maybe on the other side and try to take some action. That's an interesting way to do it, but yeah, up 8 points here. I'm going to join you on it. I'm going to grab the better price here over the better number. So if they win by 12 exactly, I'll probably be a little heartbroken, but I don't really want to pay. Oh, it's now minus 11.5, minus 125, or minus 12.5.
I got minus 11.5, minus 114 on my offshore, so I'll take that in day of the week.
Wow, that's a nice line. All right, let's write that down for Moose.
Basically closing line, but I get an 8-point lead going into the half. And I know that they should be up 13. And I know that Seattle Storm are cold. And they should have scored almost 50 points.
Yeah, I think, look, a lot of reasons. And again, the biggest one supported by what we are doing here over at Shot Quality. Let's see what my local book has. Yeah, no, minus 11.5 is minus 126 for me. So I'll go ahead and probably take the 12.5 minus 110 over at DraftKings. So you got the better line than me tonight, but that's all right. We'll see how it goes. All right, let me get those on the play sheet. I got SEA minus 12.5 minus 110. And let me show you guys what we got. So that does it for both games. We'll keep obviously looking for opportunities as the third quarter gets started. But if you missed the open of the show, we'll be here tomorrow. Of course, always easy to see when the next show is. It's right there at the bottom of the screen, 7:40 p.m. on the 2nd. We'll be doing that instead of our normal Thursday time. The show's normal slot is every Monday and Thursday at the half. We don't really set the time. The WNBA does that for us. So sorry that it's a little irregular. Welcome to basketball. But yeah, we'll be doing tomorrow night instead of July 4th because I won't be available. Moose, I'm sure you'll be launching fireworks and hopefully keeping all your fingers.
Yeah, I'm not JPPing myself, dog. I'll be all right.
Dude, I saw something online. It was like, this is the last weekend that some people in America will have all their fingers. And it's
true, though. It is 100% true.
It's just the truth. And
there's 834 people watching right now. Statistically, one of you.
No way is it statistically going to be one of them. I don't think so. They're all definitely on the smarter side because they're watching the show. So I think everyone in the audience will be retaining all 10 digits, assuming, finger luxuries to have them all. But yeah, stay safe. Enjoy the 4th of July. We'll be here tomorrow night chatting it up. Tomorrow will be a fun show because we'll have some games after the show and we'll use the prop tools that I use for the pick of the day every day to make some plays on the late night plays. So you get both in-game plays with us for the 2 games at 7, and then you'll get late night pre-game picks along with the pick of the day, which will be on one of the 7 o'clock games. Now, Moose, I think Copper had like 2 points when I first looked. Like, she was going out slow, but she started off slow, but has actually kind of come back around. Here's what we were looking at today for the pick of the day, over 19.5. I think she's sitting there at around 9 going into halftime here for this game. Make sure that's correct. No, she has
They're
8.
going to need her. They're going to need her. She has 8 points on, and she's shooting pretty bad, 33%, unfortunately for us. But I mean,
well, here's the thing. They haven't been great looks. You can see they probably haven't been at the rim. They've probably been a bunch of mid-range jumpers, only expected to have 9 points based on the shots taken. So I like that the volume's there. We absolutely crushed this line tonight, gave it out to shot quality members at 19.5, and it closed 21.5.
That's the craziest thing. It was like 30 minutes, dude.
Dude, it's not every night. It doesn't move every night. Like, we didn't actually have any market movement last night on Bridget Carlton. Line closed exactly where I gave it out. I guess people disagreed, but tonight the market like literally snapped up 1.5 points, essentially 40 cents, 50 cents at almost every single book. And I mean, look, when you're 16-6 on WNBA props, maybe enough people are playing it where we have that type of money behind our picks now. Pick of the day email goes out to almost 10,000 people a day. So if you want to be one of those 10,000 people, make sure you just go super simple. We'll do it right now. You just click on the shot quality bet symbol and you enter your email right there. You click submit, and every single day, at least half hour before the game starts, you'll get the pick of the day. If you join the Discord, which is just discord.gg/shot quality, you'll get it a little earlier. And then if you are a Shot Quality Bets member, you get it first. But it's totally free, and we try to get it out as fast as possible every single day. And the tools we use to make it are available to every single Shot Quality Bets member. You can come in here and do exactly as I do, which is just look at the last 5 games, try to find players who are expected to be doing better or worse, and then just trusting the shot quality data. It is kind of that straightforward. What we have available is not really heavily utilized in this WNBA market yet, and allows you to get a good edge on some of these plays. But checking back into a few of the games, we don't have anything popping up, but let's take a peek at some of the auxiliary numbers for this Storm Wings game to make me feel a little bit better about my play, Moose. I mean, we said those bad shots for the Wings. Our play. Yes, our play, comrade. That's correct. I mean, I'm excited when I see a team has really not taken a lot of threes, is jacking up way too many mid-range shots, 50%.
A lot of mid-range, 50% mid-range, 50% bad. That's like, come on. I like where we're at.
While the Storm have a 74% rim and three compared to a 50%. So, yeah, I'm feeling good. The only worry for me here, Moose, is like they might get to like a blowout point, like midway through the third, 4 minutes into the fourth type of thing, and then backups might come in. So I feel like this is a really good spot where if that line balloons up to like plus 14, plus 15, maybe plus 16 for sure, I'm probably getting out and going the other way, especially if the data supports it. Like I could just see this one ending with the backups for the Storm coming in, you know, getting Jewel Lloyd some rest. She honestly works so hard on every single game. And seeing the Wings maybe pull back in. Do you support that type of thing when you have such a big spread?
Yeah, I do at times. We've done it before, but I haven't really done it yet from a pregame standpoint. I know, was it during the college basketball season, we had a Bryant over, and I think I took the live under. And like we say, our pregame bets and our live bets, they're separate of each other. We don't take a live bet because we pregame. We go off what the data says, and I hit the middle there. So that's more of my feeling for the middle. I haven't really had too much success, or really, I wouldn't even say success. I haven't had really too much exposure to trying to live bet the reverse of it, or middle live bet that I've, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, another live bet, middle live bet.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I guess there becomes a point where even if the data maybe isn't in full support, you use a little bit of that ball knowledge, you use a little bit of the information you have from the closing line, expecting this one to maybe get a bit out of hand for the Wings to lose dramatically. And again, we essentially have the Storm playing well enough to have covered that spread in the first half, which is why we went and bet on them. If you're late to the game, I think you still probably can get in on every single bet that we have here on the board. Let me just double check to make sure I'm not making a bold-faced lie on the internet here. Yeah, you can still get plus 350 on the Mercury, plus 7.5 now up to minus 120. So lost about 10 cents there, or gained. And Seattle Storm 12.5 minus 110 still available, which is all the plays we have down. Musa with a little bit of a better line tonight. And of course, no Max. Shout out Max, one of the homies. He'll be back soon. There's always a little bit of a rotation here. You never know who's going to be popping on the show. We have some new content faces maybe coming to the WNBA team, Moose. You didn't hear it from me, but that's an exciting thing. We got SQ Bets is definitely going to be growing, getting more and more faces, more and more people using the data, so you guys can hear more voices, more opinions. I mean, even I get tired of hearing myself talk. So
just really quick, for all those out there back in the Seattle Storm, they've won 12 of their last 13 quarters, including every quarter they played against the Wings so far, I think. Almost. Every quarter
except for
against
the first
Wings
quarter. This first quarter, they lost the first quarter.
Yeah, that's except Uno.
All right. Well, all right. Hopefully, we get the games back in a little bit. We'll be here, of course, for about another 15, 20 minutes. You guys try to get in some. Oh, there we go. Game's underway, and the Sun immediately hit their first shot to make it a 9-point game, which probably means you can get 8.5 minus 110 right now. 10.5. Oh boy, we got a 12-point lead. So that is not the direction we want to see it. My money line doesn't look great, but shot quality still gonna be saying that the Sun are a little hot here. And I'm not gonna double down and go grab a plus 650 or a plus 700. But if I can get a good price on that plus 10.5, I might take another little dip. I'm not going to lie to you, Moose. What do you make of it when you come out of the half and things go essentially as badly as possible in the open of it?
I know we dabbled with it in college basketball season, the double down.
Yeah.
Only, of course, if the numbers indicate it. Like you could have the game where the shot quality numbers indicate you should have took the one team A in the first half, in the second half, against Team B, and Team B kicks the piss out of them in the first 5 minutes, and the shot quality score flips on its head, starts to resemble more of the real score. In that case, you don't do it. But in this case, I mean, they're saying the Mercury.
Well, you can already see they were only expected to get 3 points off those first 2 shots. They got 5. Right. So
I know you didn't triple down at one point in college basketball. I swear you did. You took the spread.
I have made a triple down. Yeah. I think I hit 2 out of the 3. So again, when the data just continues to support it, this is a pretty massive discrepancy, right? They're down by 12 points, only expected to be down by 1. I mean, you do some of that math that we, maybe extrapolate for less playing time and less time elapsed. We usually were looking for about a 14-point difference in the NBA anytime before the fourth quarter. That was hitting something above like a 61, 62% against the spread, taking the cold team. I think we're about there here. Like this is I only have more confidence in the discrepancy. We're seeing them, they're staying hot. It's not easy to be that hot in terms of shooting. Honestly, Dejounte Carrington carrying them right now. I'm gonna see if I can get some better odds. See what is out there for me right now. Shopping around, looking to see what is available. If I can get 11.5. I feel like I'm probably going to go ahead and do it, but this is a bit of a concerning point for sure. Let me get the right game on the screen. Moose, you gotta help me out sometimes. I don't have 5 sets of eyes. But
sometimes I don't even notice, dude.
Yeah,
I'm listening to you talk about all these players.
Japanese. It went to. It's still there. 10.5. Seattle Storm getting underway as well. We can pay attention to both games. We want the Storm to jump out to an even bigger lead, and we want the Mercury to cut it down to a more acceptable place. No totals bets though. Nothing really there, right? I mean, You can look at both scores, expected to be 82 and 80 here for the Sun Mercury. And then Wings versus Storm, we have, again, 82.
Pretty much
expected
right
to be
on it.
83.
You subtract and
Right.
add the two. So.
Both right on it. Both these numbers essentially canceling out. So you can basically add these together to get like that net really quickly. We just saw the Mercury making a shot. That's good. 10.5 now, kind of juiced. I just want to see them get back in this game, man. That'd be really nice. Expected to be winning. I think maybe we could see a bit of a run. I mean, this type of scoring is not good for the pick of the day, though. I mean, Kalia Copper probably not getting to 20 points tonight. Needs 12 points in 18 minutes. We'll see, but it's definitely a bit of a cold start for her. I don't really like when the players I choose are shooting like, spring tour dates, as we like to say, which is exactly what she's shooting. She's 3 of 9 tonight. Most shots on the team, though. So again, I mean, the opportunity was going to be there with the matchup, just not taking advantage, missing some shots, and the team is feeling it. But all right, I'm not doubling down yet. Do you have anywhere else you want to look as we get started? I know it's a little bit slower compared to past episodes, past sports. Call your local bookmaker. Tell them we want WNBA props. They'll laugh at you, but I wish.
You still do it.
You can still try. Hey,
I'm thinking about Mercury. The more and more it starts to slip away from them, but also gain, like they're losing ground in real score, gaining ground in shot quality score. Something's got to give, I hope. But we'll see. I'm still keeping an eye on it, 41-42. I'm kind of looking for like a 5-point difference in shot quality score, but naturally that'd probably mean hopefully the real score gets a little bit closer.
I think it's about time for me to hit the double dip.
All right, do it. Waiting.
So, it's a sharp price on 11.5 for -140 at FanDuel. A little bit more, except now 9.5. I missed the 10.5 -105 because the Mercury just scored again.
Storm just tipped.
Yeah, I see that. They're up 9. It's a -12.5 still. It's a pretty good line. Here's our bets. If you're just joining us for the night, I'm already on Phoenix at +7.5. It's now back down to 9.5. Shout out, of course, to some sport trade action coming in. We got hopefully some good stuff hitting us. Let me just check see what's available on the sport trade app right now. Let me log in, and so it logs me out every once in a while. It's a live stream, guys. We are sitting here doing it live. There's no joking around. We're doing everything just as you would at home, except we have to also run a show. All right, we got some interesting action, of course, already, but I'm not seeing anything that I'm really gonna get back on. The Mercury have cut it to 11. It's +9.5. Kind of wishing I got the +10.5. Oh, and they hit another 2, so it's 8.5. Again, you see how quickly things change, and I'm just gonna kick myself for not grabbing 10.5. That's probably gonna be the story of the night. Let's go back to the GameCast. Well, what do you mean? Why wouldn't you hope that?
No, you said I hope not, because you said 10.5. You got what now? 9.5, right?
I got 7.5 is what I officially played.
But you said 10.5 was there.
I'm gonna be kicking myself for not playing it because it's gonna be a great play, Moose. They're gonna bring. It's a 9-point game now.
Don't yell at me.
But whatever.
Seattle Storm, by the way.
Oh yeah.
No, nothing's happening. It's the same. It's been the same score now for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, the line's still right there at 12.5. That's not bad. I'm not upset about that. As for this one though, we're seeing now. Here's an interesting proposition for you. 18 points off of in the first 4 minutes here. Expected to only have 12. Do you react in the minute and grab a live under here after essentially more makes than expected coming out of the halftime?
I'll say the one thing that I think's been that's remained uniform for me between the three leagues is like looking for 15 numbers for 15 points one way or the other for.
Well, how do you adjust for that with the WNBA essentially having 8 less minutes per game? Like, I personally think you have to shave that down from 14, 15 to at least 11, 12 at that vote.
I never did that with the NBA though, even though the NBA has 8 more minutes in the college basketball game, 12-minute quarters compared to 20-minute halves.
Right. Yeah, but
I don't know why.
I felt like probably because the pace and the variance in the college game is so high that you can essentially wait for it, right? Like you don't have the best shooters in the sport. You don't have the best defense in the sport.
It's something because I was like 15's the number, and 15's the number no matter what. And I've done it in the WNBA and the NBA and college basketball. I never once went, well, this one has 48 minutes. This one has 4. No, kind of just like, whoops.
I feel you. I'm going to grab the 156.5 under at FanDuel for minus 120 moves. I'm going to do it. I'm going to trust the data and lock it in. I like it. That's for Phoenix and for Connecticut under 156.5 minus 120. Again, this is based on what we're seeing out of a hot start in the quarter. I think that's just a little bit high. And it looks like I could have actually gotten a little bit of a better number locally, but that's on me. I already locked it in. But always shop. Again, we can't always shop when we're here on the show, placing my little half unit bets, enjoying using what is, groundbreaking technology, some of the coolest stuff in basketball. It's enjoyable, honestly. I think that it gives you an extra way to sort of watch the games in a different perspective. And of course, it's a 7-point game now, which I'm also very excited about and wishing I took the plus 10.5. So maybe some of you guys out there did grab it. But yeah, let's get that under going here for this one. And let's check in a little bit on the Seattle Storm game.
The score hasn't moved.
8 minutes, no score.
Yeah, instant replay on a shooting foul, a challenge. So we'll see. But
man, I've been watching soccer, and I don't think I've ever hated replay like in general more in my life. Just watching that sport, like I thought basketball had it bad. Oh man,
how long do theirs take?
What?
Do their replays take forever or something?
VAR is just a miserable process. Like there's so many reviews, and they're not really efficient. So
I've always said they should have some dude that's like watching the game at home, like just on the broadcast, like like you're watching, like, oh, that's not a first down, or there's no way that was a foul. Just write that, like, that's the answer. Right then and there.
That's the answer. All right, the Sun keeps shooting hot, man. I'm hoping that cold run shows up for them at some point. You can see the color-coded quarters that help us really keep an eye on how these games are going. The Mercury just suffering from coming out a little cold. Sun have 2 +5 quarters right now, so just overperforming for sure. They just missed a shot, though, and you can tell that by the shot quality score rising and their actual score not rising, which means that, hopefully we see those emojis go from double fire to single fire, and so on and so forth. Maybe even down to cold. But Kalia Copper hit another 3. That's 3 threes tonight. That's what we need. We need another 8 points, another 10 points. No. Another 10 points for everybody to be happy. I'd like for everybody to be happy, but I would never take a pick of the day after it moves 2 points, maybe 1 point, maybe 10, 15 cents. But
I'll always do cents, and I'll always do like a half a point. It depends. Like I know it's player props, so you usually don't get those. But like if we gave out a total when it was like over 213.5 and it got to 214, I'd still take it because worst case I push, you win. Right. It's like, oh, that sucks. But then once you get to the point where like you could win and I could lose because I got on late, then that always bugs me a little bit. But there
Copper up to 14, baby. Come on.
And the Storm.
Yeah. Oh, there. Oh, I'm on the wrong game. I'm over here.
I thought that's what you were clapping for.
Yeah, Storm up 14 now. This is that's looking good. Live line up to 15 12.5 if you got in with us on the 12.5. Again, this gets to 16, 17.5. It depends how much we blow it. I'm going to give them most of the third quarter here, and honestly another few minutes, because we'll only be here with you till 11:25. We're going to do another few minutes of the show. We'll be back tomorrow for another 45 minutes or so of live betting action alongside some extra prop plays so that we can all have some fun using the shot quality tools and data. Of course, go check out shotqualitybets.com to see the available offers. It's only $200 for the rest of the season of WNBA data, live data, player prop tool access, standings, team pages, and our brand new search function. So you can just, you want to go check out the NBA's first $70 million man, you can just very easily click into Jason Tatum and see why.
He makes Bryce Harper's whole contract in 5 years.
Yeah, and that's a 13-year contract. Yeah. That's crazy. But all right, we still got a game. Yeah, right. It just should have done it. I forgot to choose.
Yeah, my bad.
Too. Yeah.
Whoops. I didn't know it was an option. Dang it.
So it's tough like that. Always tough when that happens. Now, I mean, the Storm are suffocating the Wings at this point. It's a 10-2 start.
Points in the third quarter.
That's good.
And look at the shot quality score too.
Yeah, there's nothing fake about it. I mean, your shot quality score is not going to go up if you're not even taking a shot. So they're not even getting shots off is what you should read into that as, right? Like the points per shot is 0.75 and they have 3. So they're taking 4 shots. Meanwhile, the points per shot here are, they've taken 5. So it's not even like it's that crazy. They're just hitting everything, taking better looks, and limiting the shot selection of the Wings, which is what we like to see. There's no reason to think that the performances are going to unravel. You can get, it's a 17.5 point line. So this one's feeling good. Mercury right now plus 7.5 is plus 110 over at FanDuel. So you can enter with the same line on a better price that I have right now on FanDuel. If you want to join in, you're waiting for a good time. I mean,
and Copper's starting to heat up. Just saying, like not starting. She's still heating up. Like she got 14.
Let's go. That's good. I love to see it. We only need 6 more points for the pick of the day and 8 more points so that anyone who even got in after can feel good about it and cash their bet. And then, of course, if we get to 22, I bet the line will move even more tomorrow. So we'll see. But again, all these plays, if you like the pick of the day, if you've joined the email list, if you can't believe that we're hitting 71% of WNBA plays, almost 61% of over 205 picks now. Pretty good. All just using shot quality data, all just going right in here to the handy dandy player props research tool, seeing who's hot and seeing who's having a good game. So I don't know, Moose. It's been a hell of a ride. I honestly think it will probably tend to regress back to like a 57, 58 over time. I think it's a lot more reasonable.
Nope.
But yeah, we should be pretty good to go. Any closing words here, Moose? I'm probably going to jump off and watch this one go.
No, it's about a 20-point game in the Storm, so I feel great.
Are we going the other way on it? I think I'm not hedging. I'm probably just taking my win and going home on a 12.5, right?
No, the Wings look terrible. They have 2 points, and now with almost 5 minutes left, I'm rocking with the Storm.
All right, you heard him, folks. We are riding the Storm out, literally. We'll be back here tomorrow night. So if you want more BetCast, if you want more shot quality bets, tomorrow night will be a little bit of a longer stream. We'll do some pregame bets in the late night games. We'll do the same live betting thing. Of course, thank you all for hanging out with us here because, we know it's not as exciting as having the high volume markets in the NBA and college, which are just I can't wait for college to come back, man. It's going to be so much crazier in our second season, but got a good amount of plays tonight. I'm still hoping my Mercury can pull it off here. Your Mercury can pull it off, but the odds don't look great on the money line, which of course gets steeper at a different pace than the spread. It's plus 600 now. And it's probably just not enough time in the final 10 minutes for them to figure it out. But we don't really bet in the fourth quarter because there's not enough time for that regression. But anyway, not enough time for a lot of things. This is Shot Quality Live BetCast.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. We will see you guys next time tomorrow night, 7:40 p.m. I'm Justin Perry. That's Alec Musa, man. Good show, buddy. I'll see you next time.
Later. My Seattle Storm.
21 and a half line. They're almost up 20. Let's go. All right, see you guys next time.